Miami-based artist, but she can sing like no other. Talia is right next to me. How are you feeling today?
Feeling great, and you?
I'm doing well. A little hot, but
Yes.
It's all good. So how did you get started in singing? First things first.
I want to thank my mom and my grandma for being like one of my biggest inspirations. I grew up in a house where I'm Seventh-day Adventist, which means that we go to church on Saturdays.
Right.
So it was a lot of, I want to say, like my mom was kind of diverse when it came to music. She listened to gospel, but she also listened to R&B, little country here and there. So I had like Madonna, Shania Twain, yes.
Okay.
A little Linkin Park going on in my house too, as well as like, Yolanda Adams and things like that. So my mom gave me my first solo in the children's choir at church when I was 5 years old. My cousin and I, we were supposed to share, like split a verse, and she got nervous and choked up, and I just took the mic from her and started singing. Yeah, so ever since then, I just feel like that's my comfort zone.
Right, what song was it? This Little Light of Mine or something?
No, there's a song called Blessed Shall You Be.
Okay.
And it was a very big song, but I don't know. I guess when you're young, you have no fear.
Right.
So I just started singing. That's where I'm comfortable at.
What was your family's reaction when
They were cheering me on, like, oh my God. They were like, kind of like, why did you take the mic from her? But it had to get done. So I say, yeah.
Right. So how has your music grown since then?
Since then, I'll say.
Have you tried to sing country maybe, or maybe R&B?
I sing R&B now, right. But I want to kind of blur the lines a little bit when it comes to like country and R&B. Maybe a song or so, maybe an EP. Just try it out and see if I can put that twang to it.
Right. So like an Old Town Road or no?
I probably would. It's a good song.
I think that just opened the door for
that. It did.
So it could work. It could definitely work. R&B.
Yes.
Do you have any projects out?
I had a cover mixtape. It was called The Cover Up. Basically, 9 songs of songs that were already out and released, and I just put my own lyrics to it. I had one original song on there. It's called Get This Through Your Head. It's a sample from TLC's No Scrubs.
Okay.
And yeah. At that time, that's what I had. Right now, I'm working on a new single called Drop That Pin.
Okay.
It's featuring my friend BP, Brendan Powers. And yeah, I got an EP that I'm coming out with as well at the end of this year. Yes.
Okay. Now going back to that song that was TLC inspired, what's the story behind that? I gotta know.
It's just basically saying, like, women are tired of repeating themselves. So get this through your head. Yeah, and then you can hear the, no, I don't want no scars. All that in the background. So, yeah.
Was there a person that you were tired of repeating something to that inspired you?
I mean, we all have been tired of certain someone. Okay, so, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to pray for him because... And so now that project that you have out with your friend BP, what's it called again?
No, the song is going to be released. It's called Drop That Pin.
Drop That Pin. Okay. And what's the inspiration behind that song?
Basically, honestly, we were sitting in the studio. He's a producer as well and an artist. And we were going through beats and stuff like that. And I heard the song and I was like, this has a nice vibe. He didn't really believe in it too much until, sometimes you don't see the vision until you hear it.
Right.
So then we recorded stuff here and there, and then it worked. It clicked. And honestly, when this song drops, it's amazing. I promise, it's amazing. And it doesn't sound like anything that would come out of Miami.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's good. The Miami sound. Do you think that traps a lot of local artists because they get so caught up in making the same thing that it's just like?
It does. Because right now, I'm not going to discredit, the City Girls and Trina and stuff like that. I listen to them too, but at the same time, we have people who can really sing down here, but they don't really take R&B serious in Miami. I feel like in order for me, honestly, too, to pop, I have to go somewhere else, maybe like California, New York, Georgia, but not Miami.
I hear that a lot. I was actually talking to somebody that said if you stay local too long, then it's almost impossible to break out of that barrier. You believe that's true?
I believe that's true.
Okay. And I know one thing that probably helped you was being on The Voice. And
yes.
You were on season 9.
Season 9, yes.
What was your experience like?
That was honestly one of the greatest experiences I ever had. My first time auditioning for anything. My friend that lives in Atlanta called me and told me, hey, they're having auditions in Atlanta. Maybe you should just try. And I said, I don't know. I was kind of uneasy because I don't know how things like that go. So I told my cousin, let's just book a ticket and go to Georgia and try it out. And then out of 20,000 people, I made it.
Wow.
So I was like, maybe this really is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So moving forward, after you got picked, what happened after that?
I made it to the blind auditions.
Okay.
It was some, stuff going on that I can't really say, but overall, it was a great experience. I got the chance, to meet Pharrell and everybody else that was on the team and things like that. But
were you starstruck by any of them? Like that's Pharrell.
honestly, well, the chairs are turned.
Right.
So when they turn around, it's like you got to try to stay serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of starstruck, but you can't show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta play cool on. Okay. Makes sense. So, of course, being on The Voice, you're working with Pharrell and all these other great artists. Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you want to?
Usher. Definitely Usher.
Why Usher?
I don't know. I grew a love for him since I was young. And I said if I signed to any artist, I would want to be signed to Usher, honestly. He's very hardworking. His music, is phenomenal, of course. Hell of an artist and an entertainer at that. So
he's one of the very few artists I believe that doesn't have a bad album.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So before we wrap up, I want to transition into something that we call the mystery question. Don't be scared. Here, pick 2 questions out of here. Okay. There you go.
Ooh. All right. So this one says, if you could change one thing about your upbringing, what would it be? It's a good question. Honestly, I wish my mom had more than one child. I'm the only child.
Okay.
So, for real? I wish I had an older brother. I would say that. Because then I feel like there's certain things that certain decisions I've made that I probably wouldn't have made if I had somebody else looking out for me.
Right. Because when your parents tell you one thing, it's like, all right.
Yeah, they're supposed to tell you certain things, but I had to kind of learn life a little bit for myself as I got older.
Right.
Yes. And the other question, let me see. This one not opening. Okay. What do people of our society do too much of today? Social media.
Social media?
Yes.
You think it's overdone?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of relationships that are damaged due to social media. Friendships and things like that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe even things like charity, like you see people like, I'm giving today.
And they have to film it
Yeah.
and show you what they're doing.
Yeah, and it almost makes it seem like, are you doing this for your own glory, or like are you actually trying to help somebody? So yeah.
I think social media.
Social media. Have you seen social media ruin a friend's relationship or a friendship or anything?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
So before we wrap up, could you let everybody at home know what your social media is?
My name is Talia, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, at Talia Music, TaliaMusiq. That's for everything.
All right. So there you guys have it, Talia.
Thank you.